guys, Dr. Uptown out here at the ranch. One of you guys wanted to see me crawl around in the attic, and God knows why, but so what I'm going to do is as I install this surveillance system in, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of give you updates as I go along and film a little section of it and wrap it all up in the end. What I've done preliminarily so far is I've gone around to my locations where I'm going to put my cameras at, gone ahead and mounted the cameras up and started the wiring up into the attic, and now I'm getting ready to go up there and crawl around. So we'll stop here and meet you up in the attic in a few minutes. Alright guys, so we're up here in our attic space, and typical Midwest style house. It's just got a 412 pitch roof. Of course, the entrance to the attic is in the garage, which is also typical with most Midwest houses. I'm sorry, the attic access is in the garage, which is typical of most Midwest style houses. So the garage space is a little bit smaller than the rest of the main house, so I am actually limited only to crawling in the garage space. Once we get into the main house, there are places where I could stand up, but there's not a lot of space there either. So about 90% of this is going to be my fat ass crawling around the attic. So anyway, we'll get to it, and once we get to our junction point, we'll show you what we got up to there. Alrighty, we'll talk to you in a bit. Okay everybody, so I've got all my wiring run down to the kind of the junction point, if you will. What we need to do now is go inside the house and run a wire fish up through the ceiling, get it up to this point here, then attach all 4 of these leads into it and draw it back into the house. Then once we're done with that, all the confined space work will be done. So we'll get back with you as we progress here. Okay guys, so we got our wires pulled down from the ceiling here, and we've gone ahead and just tentatively hooked everything up here. You can see that it's just laying here at the command center. We've got it all hooked up and just checking it to see how it's working. Initially we had one camera that wasn't responding, and when we went back and double checked our wiring, it had come unplugged during the wire pulling process. So anyway, that's where we're at so far. We'll get everything buttoned up here, since it does seem to be working fine, and show you our final setup and do a little review here. Okay guys, we are sitting here in the command and control center at the ranch, and as you can see, we've got our cameras up and running. We have our monitor hard mounted to the wall. Our DVR is, I guess, somewhat stealthily placed inside a cabinet. Now, the couple things we have left to do is go outside and seal up all the holes that we've drilled where we've ran wiring through fascia boards and stuff to get into the attic. And we've not done any networking of this setup yet. Eventually it should be able to connect to the computer system here in the house, and you would be able to view the cameras from any computer in the house, as well as view them over the internet once we get all that hooked up and going. So we're going to go ahead and go outside and patch up all of our holes and everything and get this out to you, and then perhaps once we've got her updated on the internet, we will give you a little further update on how things are holding up. But so far we've got everything up and running, and it's looking pretty good. Okay guys, so a little follow-up on our system here. We've had it working overnight, and it seems to have recorded just fine. Just flipping through some items here. Like I say, we can go to the main menu and run our playback, and then just search it through the night here. And just we'll take the 3:30 hour and run it up to 8 speed, and you can see that it just goes through the time, and obviously nothing much was going on through that time frame. So let's just kind of summarize this up here. We bought the system for just over $100. It took us about 6 hours to install it completely. We used a monitor that we had from a previous computer, and we had to buy a 500 gig hard drive, which should record for about a week before it starts overwriting itself. So, not a bad investment. Cranked our security up here to better than what we had, and get a full view. There's still some blind spots around the house, but basically you can't go to any of those spots without having to go through one of the other cameras. So all in all, not a bad investment. We'll see how this thing works over time and keep you updated. Hope you guys find this interesting. We'll talk to you later. You have a good day.